one of the most phenomenal, celebrated performer of Indian cinema fraternity.
ये चांद सा रोशन चेहरा, जुल्फों का रंग सुनहरा, ये झील सी नीली आंखें, कोई राज है इनमें गहरा। तारीफ करूं क्या उसकी जिसने तुम्हें बनाया। ये चांद सा रोशन चेहरा, जुल्फों का रंग सुनहरा, ये झील सी नीली आंखें, कोई राज है इनमें गहरा।
Good evening, everybody. I'm really very happy to be here. And thank you so much for your very kind invitation, inviting me to be here to celebrate the 10th anniversary of FLO, which is very special. I was delighted when I met all these wonderful young ladies who had come to the airport to receive me with flowers, and I can see that your present president is very dynamic, and she told me all about the theme of her tenure, which is chairperson. I beg your pardon. And the theme is to move away from one step ahead from women's empowerment to equality, which of course is very ambitious, but I think is perhaps doable because women have been very patient. And we won, every step has been a struggle, but some of us have been first generation of working women. And when working itself was very, kind of frowned upon. So, and working in films was doubly frowned upon. And from then to now, we have made tremendous advance. Working in films today is considered one of the wonderful professions. Of course, mothers are still, they bite their nails when the daughters announce that we are going to join films, but it's a very good option. So yeah, so we've moved ahead, and I hope that we continue to move ahead. There are so many wonderful achievers, and I hope you can see me because I can't see all of you, but I know you're here, and thank you for coming. And I think we will chat now, and then perhaps more will come out in conversation. Thank you.
Interesting topic that we have today before us is the power of choices. And to begin with, you made such a bold decision at the tender age of 13 to drop out of school and pursue a career in films. How did it happen?
Well, let me correct you. It was not quite dropping out of school. It was changing school. I was in Diocese, which was a Bengali medium school, and my principal, as I said earlier, thought it would be very distracting and perhaps not very good. I wouldn't be a good influence on the other students because, as I said, working in films were hugely frowned upon. Although Satyajit Ray had won awards and was internationally acclaimed, and he had really made the West, the international audience, to take notice of Indian films. But despite that, Ms. Das had huge reservation. So I had to make the transition from Bengali medium school to an English medium school because my parents were in Asansol. So I went to study in Loreto. So it was not quite dropping out of school because that wouldn't have happened because education, I think, is the most important thing today.
When I look at you, the most glamorous, the most stylish,
She doesn't only say beautiful things, but she says them in a very enticing fashion, which really is wonderful for my ego.
फैमिली में दोनों तरफ से टैगोर, सुपरहिट हीरोइन, रॉयल फैमिली में शादी, all this in one person. Don't you think it's unfair?
Well, I'm not saying it's unfair.
So how do you feel about it?
Well, I don't know. I don't think it was a planned thing. It wasn't like I'll take this step and now I will look around and I'll take another step. It all happened spontaneously and I followed my heart. And I'm very grateful that I was allowed, or the elements or the superpowers, God, I think it allowed me to grow the way I wanted to grow. and make my decisions happen in such a way that it made me evolve well, and I'm here today the way I am. So it worked out for me, all the decisions that I took. So I don't think I can take credit alone. I can't say it's only because of me. It was everything around me that helped. It was my upbringing in a certain household. It was my education, the way I was taught to look at life, value life, the set of values that I inherited from my parents and my family. I think that is one thing. And then the work experience, the professionalism, and the way one interacted and built up. Because bit by bit your reputation is created, and a bit by bit an image is created. Of course you can destroy it in 1 second by behaving oddly, and now the media is there to completely decimate you. But with a bit of luck, I think if you really want to, you can perhaps achieve your dreams.
Wonderful. That's so inspiring, isn't it?
How, I'm just changing a bit, how important you think it is for the Bollywood stars to be, vocal about social issues, national issues? What is your personal opinion on this?
But they are. Many of them are. Of course, it depends on inclination. Everybody is not, they're very young and they're very busy, they're doing a lot of things. So they may or may not be so inclined, and maybe nobody's asked them. But more and more. But obviously, cinema is huge in India, and it has a very big visibility. And when they speak up and endorse a cause, a lot of people listen, and the media is interested, and give them to get any mention in the newspaper is so difficult. I mean, if an unknown person does it, he will get a mention in the 10th page or something, in a small. But when a big star speaks out, it gets a lot of coverage. So, but more and more, you will find, like in UNICEF alone, there is Amir, there is Priyanka, and Farhan is speaking up for women empowerment, late, to stopping this early child marriages. So many people are Amir, of course, as you know. But yes, more and more people should. And they are actually, they are.
So one more powerful choice you made in your life. Marrying Nawab Mansoor Ali Khan, a Muslim at the peak of your career. So how did it happen? And who proposed?
A Muslim is just a one identity of a person, but we are all a combination of many identities. Like when you were introducing me, you were saying mother, wife, an actor, right? So we have many facets, and that's what makes us so interesting. How did we meet? I was absolutely mad about cricket and cricketers at that age. So we were in Calcutta, and at a party we met him. He was already captaining India, and the MCC team had come. So then from there he came here, he came to Delhi, and he scored that 200 fantastic innings. So that was during that time we met. And one thing led to another.
So cricket and Bollywood, what a sensational combination. Wow, because cricket is worshipped in India, Bollywood is an integral part of the society.
It's quite right that I think Indians love their cricket. You can talk cricket to everybody and it breaks the ice. So yes, everybody is mad about cricket and cinema. Cinema is also, people are passionate about cinema. So yes, it was really wonderful.
Who proposed?
I don't know, Tiger, I mean, if you had been here, you would have said I proposed. But I think he proposed. That's right.
Here. And thank you so much. This was really wonderful, and hearing all three of you speak today and ask so many lovely questions, which I think everyone over here might have a few more. So just
Secretary FLO. My question to you is rather tough, but as a performer, who do you think is a better actor, Saif or Kareena? Since you are a senior in the same, in the same field, what do you feel? Whose work do you like and
I
why?
think both of them are very good, but depends on which film. I think the director brings out the best in you. Kareena has been wonderful in many films, and she will even in Bajrangi Bhaijaan, she has a very small role. But if you see the little things she does throughout the film, she's really very good, and she's a professional and coming on time, etc. And what I love about Saif is his spontaneity, and he makes whoever he works with, he makes them good. But last few films, I think the directors, he didn't choose the right kind of films. But if you see his Omkara or Parinita or what is that, Being Cyrus, and that film with Hasina Thi. He's very different and very spontaneous. And so I think both are good actors.
Thank you. साथ और बोल दूँ? हमारी चेयरपर्सन ने आज बहुत ही खूबसूरत महफिल सजाई है। क्या हम सब अग्री करते हैं? बहुत ही मन से, दिल से एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत महफिल सजाई है, और उस महफिल में शर्मिला जी आई हैं। और शर्मिला जी को हम एक चीज़ और बोलना चाहते हैं। आपकी इस महफिल से जब हम चले जाएंगे, आपकी इतनी खूबसूरत महफिल से जब हम चले जाएंगे, तो क्या सुकून चैन पाएंगे? घर वापस चले जाएंगे तो हम क्या सुकून चैन पाएंगे? जो वक्त गुजारा है हमने आपके साथ, जो वक्त गुजारा है हमने आपके साथ, उसे हम कभी ना भुला पाएंगे, कभी ना भुला